This is it, what? Cohiba lit, what? We got that yak up in the cup and getting bent, what? Put some smoke in the air, this your shit, what? And raise your glasses if everything classic. This is it, what? That Chiba lit, what? You got some drink up in your cup and getting bent, what? So put some smoke in the air, this your shit, what? And raise your glasses if everything classic.
Listen, Big Bro just told me this camp, we working, so I guess Floyd catching these hands this camp.
I mean, I don't mind working with nobody. I definitely want to work with you.
Dude, we gonna make it happen. This camp.
You are tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. February 20th, my main man, AV, Adrien Broner is going to be back in the ring. He's going to be at some type of catch weight. It's going to be between 141 and probably 145, something like that. And hopefully AB can get a W on February 20th. Now, AB, you see him on social media, like he working. Like he look like two completely different people. Compared to a couple of months ago. He's putting in that work, doing his thing, getting prepared for February 20th. Adrien Broner hasn't got a victory in 3 years. He hasn't fought in 2 years. He hasn't had a clear victory in 4 years. I don't care who the opponent is for AB. It's not a layup. It's not a layup. It may be meant to be a layup, but until we see AB go in and wreck shop and really put in that work, it don't matter who he steps in the ring against. It's not a layup. It's not a layup. We got to see. Broner got to show and prove that he's still one of them guys inside of that ring. Now, let's just say he gets past this fight, catchweight fight. And, you know, he could fight another fight. He can fight a couple fights at a catchweight because he's a name. But if you had to choose what weight class Adrien Broner should fight in, what should be the weight class? Should it be junior welterweight, 140 pounds? Or should it be welterweight, 147? Before I even get started, get the 135 out of your brain. Get the 135 out of your brain. When you get up in age, you go up in weight, not down. He'd be a dead man walking if he fights at 135. So anybody thinking that, get it out your head right now. Now, 140 or 147, what's the best fit? What's the best situation for Adrien Broner? Now, 147. It's the glamour division. It's the division with the big names. It's the division with the big money. So if that's what Adrien Broner wants, then 147 is where he should be. And you got to look at the names that's at 147. And I'm not talking about promoters and things like that, who the fighters are with. I'm just running all fighters at 147 pounds. Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Jerron Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz. That's 8. Josecito Lopez. That's 9. And you got Mean Machine. That's 10 off the top of the dome. And then I'm pretty sure there's about 10 other names that I'm missing out on, like Jesse Vargas. Even though he said he's moving up to 154, but until that happens, you know, he's a 147 pounder as far as I'm concerned. You got guys like Adrian Granados, Ivan Redcash. Like, you can go on and on at 147, man. You can go about 20 deep as far as names are concerned. Now, if Adrien Broner is looking at February 20th and then possibly jumping back in the ring sometime in the summer and then looking for something big at the end of the year, then I would say 147. If he can get the victory on the 20th, and then maybe Ivan Redcash or somebody, or even an Adrien Granados fight, even though they fought already, but just to get AB on a winning streak. And then at the end of the year, if they want to throw him in against a Danny Garcia, or throw him in against a Keith Thurman, or even a Errol Spence, because Errol Spence is not coming off a pay-per-view. Like, Errol Spence is a pay-per-view fighter, period. You're not going to ever see Errol Spence on regular TV again. Like, that's PBC's top guy at the moment, and they going to ride it out. And I don't have no problem with that at all. But they need opponents for Errol Spence. It's not many. If Errol Spence fights Yordenis Ugas and wins a third belt, there's really not much else for Errol Spence to do at 147 pounds unless he took on like a Jerron Boots Ennis. But for Errol Spence, I mean, how much sense does that make? It don't make any business sense. Like, it's too much risk and not enough reward unless Jerron Boots Ennis becomes a mandatory. So if that's the game plan, then Adrien Broner needs to fight at 147 to get the big payday. Now, if Adrien Broner is looking at a situation where he wants more winnable fights, more 50-50 type fights, and Al Haymon's gonna take the cuffs off of him and let him fight wherever he wants to fight in terms of network, then I would say 140. And for the people that's listening, they like, yo, like, that's not gonna happen, this, that, and the third. Like, Danny Jacobs was allowed to go to DAZN and fight on a different network and do things that he did, but he's still represented by Al. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say that it's impossible, but if that was the case, then Adrien Broner can fight at 140, and there's younger guys there, but intriguing names. I mean, you got Jose Ramirez, you have Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez if he moves up in weight, Devin Haney if he moves up in weight. So there's some names at 140 that he could take on. And if Adrien Broner fought any of those dudes, like, that would be the biggest money fight for any of those guys at 140 pounds. Adrien Broner, quiet as kept. So the more realistic choice would be 147. I just think he would have less of a chance winning fights at 147, but he could cash out big if he was to get 2-3 wins and get possibly like a Spence fight, on pay-per-view. But Adrien Broner, it starts with February 20th. It starts with February 20th, and he just has to go in and get the dub. He has to go in, get the W, and just fight solid. Just fight solid in that fight, and not really listen to the outside people. And they like, oh, well, AB, you got to let your hands go, this, that, and the third. AB has never let his hands go unless he got his guy hurt in the fight. AB throws 2-3 punch combinations, and that's what he does. And he's a defensive fighter. AB, just stick to what you do and just be smart. Outbox your guy, outwork your guy, and if you get your guy in trouble, go for the kill. That's what you do. But it's going to be interesting to see AB on February 20th. To my understanding, Kevin Cunningham will not be in his corner. It's no beef or anything like that. It's just Kevin Cunningham's just not going to be working the corner this particular fight. Now, he might end up working with Kevin Cunningham again after this fight, but he's not working with him for this fight. And we're going to see how AB looking. And whether you love AB or hate AB, if AB is fighting, you're tuning in. I don't care what you say. You're tuning in. Even if it ain't live and you DVRing it, you recording it, you're going to watch Adrien Broner. And boxing is a lot more entertaining when Adrien Broner's in the mix. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.